Who are we? It's a fundamental question of life. It's a question that even if we haven't consciously asked it or we're not aware of it, we're trying to answer it. And not only so, we're not finding very good answers. The reason is because we are asking the wrong question and we're asking the wrong sources. The question we should really be asking is, who are we? And the only person that can really answer that is God, the one who has made us, the one where we can find our identity. It's not found in ourselves, it's not found in our politics, it's not found in our ethnicity, our gender, our sexuality, or anywhere else. It's found only in who God says we are, collectively, all of us. As we open up the book of Philippians in the New Testament, and as we read the backstory of the church in Philippi in Acts 16, we see that the church in Philippi was started by an upper-class Asian woman, a lower-class enslaved Greek girl, and a middle-class blue-collar Macedonian jailer. We see a church that is founded on people who find their identity only in Christ. And the reason that they find their identity only in Christ is they have nothing else in common. This is not only true of the church in Philippi, but of the majority of the churches that we find in the New Testament, as well as Jesus' disciples. If Jesus' disciples, or these churches, would have tried to build their lives around only what they had in common, they never would have formed God's church. We wouldn't know about them, and we probably wouldn't be Jesus' disciples today. Let's go back to our original question, the question of who are we? Who am I? We find the answer to this question in our identity in Christ. The church is fractured. The church has come together over the things that they have in common. And so we find homogeneous churches instead of diverse churches. We find churches on their own mission instead of being on Christ's mission, because we focused on trying to have the most in common. This is not the church of God. The church of God is built off of the identity that we find in Christ and in the good news of the gospel. And that's it. If we form a church based off of people that we agree with and that act and look and vote just like us, we no longer have a church, but a country club or a special interest group. As we go through the book of Philippians, in our sermons, in our community groups, and in our at-home study, we will see how we can find our identity in Christ alone. We will see what it looks like to suffer well for the sake of the gospel. We will see what a gospel partnership looks like by those that have been redeemed by Christ.